Let's be real. A fifth-round pick doesn't walk into Cleveland and suddenly become QB1. Unless he's special. Unless he's different. And that's exactly what Shedeur Sanders is. He didn't just walk into training camp like a rookie waiting for his reps. He walked in like the entire franchise was already his. The swagger, the confidence, the body language, it all screamed, "I'm not waiting for my turn. I'm here to take it." And you know what? He did. Now, I gotta pause here because Stephen A. Smith, this man just detonated on live television. He wasn't giving us the usual debate banter, nah. He was spitting fire like his microphone was hooked up to a flamethrower. He was roasting the haters, calling out the doubters, dragging analysts by name, and doing it with the type of passion that made you forget you were watching sports commentary. It felt like a sermon, like he was standing on a pulpit preaching gospel to the football world, and the message was clear. Stop doubting Shedeur Sanders. But here's what people don't want to admit. This isn't just about Shedeur. This goes deeper. This is about Deion Sanders. Coach Prime, one of the greatest to ever touch a football field. And because Deion was unapologetically great, because he talked it, walked it, lived it, people hated him. And now, that same energy is spilling over to his son. Shedeur isn't just fighting for his name. He's fighting against decades of bias, decades of people resenting the Sanders family for shining too bright. And let me tell you, that chip on his shoulder, it's turning into rocket fuel. I watched Shedeur at Jackson State. I watched him at Colorado. I saw him flip college football on its head. He didn't just play the game, he rewrote it. He made HBCUs a national conversation again. He dragged Colorado into prime time, literally. And he did it with poise that made him look like he'd been doing it forever. His huddle wasn't a huddle, and it was a movie set. The sidelines weren't sidelines, they were Hollywood red carpets. And now? That same energy just landed in Cleveland. Let's build a totem pole together. Smash like, subscribe, and comment. If this video hits 2,000 likes, that means we're beating the Detroit Lions. Let's make it happen. Look at the numbers. 7 for 9, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Calm, cool, surgical. Those aren't just practice stats. That's a statement. That's a rookie walking in and telling every veteran, every coach, every scout, this is my team now. And the Browns. Man, let's talk about Cleveland for a second. This is a franchise that's been cursed by the quarterback position since before half of us were born. They've been rolling the dice every year, drafting, signing, trading, hoping, praying. And more often than not, it ends in heartbreak. The fans know it. The league knows it. Everybody knows it. So when I see Shedeur walk into this storm and act like it doesn't even faze him, that tells me everything. He's not scared of history. He's not scared of pressure. He's not scared of the ghosts of quarterbacks past. He's here to rewrite it. And trust me, the AFC North is shaking right now. Don't let them lie to you. Joe Burrow, he's watching film with a little more urgency. Lamar Jackson, he's hearing footsteps he didn't expect. The Steelers? Man, Pittsburgh fans are already on forums pulling their hair out, wondering how they let Shedeur slip through their hands. This isn't just another rookie quarterback entering the division. This is a storm with a legacy, with media power, with a spotlight that doesn't just follow him, it hunts him. And the craziest part? He thrives under it. You see, Shedeur isn't just another athlete. He's a brand. He's a leader. He's a quarterback for the new era. He's media-savvy, spotlight-ready, polished, calm, and built for chaos. In today's NFL, that's gold. You can't put a price tag on a QB who can command a locker room, torch defenses, crush a press conference, and trend on TikTok all in the same week. That's not hype. That's evolution. That's the new prototype, and the haters? Oh, they're scrambling. Scouts who once said he couldn't read defenses are now deleting their old takes. Analysts who claimed he had average arm strength are out here fumbling for new adjectives. And meanwhile, Stephen A. Smith is on TV reminding everyone that he called this before anyone else. And the man isn't wrong. But let's zoom out even further. Because what's happening here in Cleveland, this isn't just about a rookie quarterback. This is about the league waking up. For decades, NFL teams have drafted based on measurables, arm strength, height, 40-yard dash times. And half the time, those guys end up busting because they can't handle the spotlight, can't lead a locker room, can't even handle the pressure of a press conference. But Shedeur, he was built for this. He grew up in it. While other kids were watching cartoons, Shedeur was watching his dad torch NFL secondaries and flip sports culture upside down. He's been groomed for pressure, raised in the spotlight, hardened by the hate. And now he's walking into the NFL with a calmness that's honestly terrifying. This isn't luck. This isn't hype. This is destiny meeting preparation. And you know what the wildest part is? We're just getting started. Training camp isn't even over. Preseason hasn't even fully kicked off. And already the storyline of the NFL isn't Burrow's health. It isn't Mahomes' dynasty chase. It isn't even Aaron Rodgers trying to squeeze out one more year. The storyline is Shedeur Sanders, a fifth-round pick who looked at all the doubters and said, bet. And now Cleveland's rocking. Half the fans are terrified, biting their nails, waiting for the disaster they've been conditioned to expect. The other half? They're already buying custom QB1 jerseys, practicing TikTok dances, and telling anyone who will listen that this is the dawn of a new era, me. I'll tell you what I see. I see the future. I see a quarterback who doesn't just want the job, and he's built for it. I see a player who treats film study like it's his religion, who makes receivers swear he's throwing the ball before they even finish their routes. I see a rookie who makes veterans pause, who makes rivals sweat, and who makes Stephen A. Smith sound like a prophet on national TV. Think about this for a second. For months, all we've heard about Shedeur is that he wasn't ready. Fifth-round project. Pre-snap issues. Daddy's boy who thought he was bigger than the game. That was the narrative. That was the story the media kept hammering into our heads. And now Mary Kay, the same reporter who was leading that charge, just flipped the script. Now she's out here praising his elite accuracy, his uncanny touch, even saying he feels ready to play. You can't make this up. And here's where it gets even spicier. She didn't just say he's ready. She confirmed something that has Ravens fans sick to their stomachs. Y'all remember all that noise during the draft about Baltimore being interested? About Shedeur supposedly being entitled for not wanting to sit behind Lamar Jackson? Well, Mary Kay just confirmed that Deion Sanders himself told the Ravens, his old teammate Ozzie Newsome, mind you, don't draft my son. Now I know what the haters are going to scream. Privilege, entitlement, daddy pulling strings. But nah, listen closely. This wasn't some spoiled kid stomping his feet. This was calculated. This was chess, not checkers. Deion wasn't protecting Shedeur's ego, he was protecting his career. Why would any quarterback with starting potential want to sit behind Lamar Jackson for a decade? That's not selfish, that's strategic. That's career management at the highest level. And here's the part that nobody saw coming. Shedeur wasn't just handed Cleveland. He chose Cleveland. Mary Kay revealed that he was reaching out to Kevin Stefanski during the pre-draft process. He was building a relationship with Andrew Berry. He wanted this. Think about that. A kid with options, a quarterback who could have taken the easy route, decided Cleveland was where he wanted to plant his flag. Not the Ravens, not a bigger spotlight, but the Browns. That's not entitlement. That's vision. Now, let's talk about what's been happening behind the scenes, because Mary Kay laid it out in a way that even shocked me. She talked about Shedeur going against the Browns' first-team defense in practice, not scrubs, not camp bodies, the first-team defense. And what did he do? Went 2 for 3. Finished the session with completions against some of the best defenders in the league. That's not some fifth-round project. That's a quarterback who's earning his stripes, and she didn't stop there. She started praising his personality, his leadership, the way teammates respond to him. She described him as a gamer, the kind of player who shines when the lights are brightest. I don't know about y'all, but when a veteran reporter who's seen dozens of Browns quarterbacks come and go starts using that kind of language about a rookie, I pay attention because let's be real. If Shedeur really was the problem child people painted him as, would Mary Kay be the one praising his work ethic, his accuracy, and his leadership? No chance. This is someone who has made a career out of telling hard truths about this franchise. And for her to suddenly flip the narrative, that tells me something has shifted in a big way. And here's what gets me excited. She specifically highlighted his ability to attack the middle of the field. Do you realize how rare that is for a young quarterback? Most rookies play it safe. Sidelines, checkdowns, easy throws. Not Shedeur. He's ripping it through tight windows. He's showing touch and velocity when the situation calls for it. That's high-level quarterback play. Now let's address the elephant in the room, Joe Flacco. Mary Kay didn't sugarcoat it. She straight up said the offense is sputtering. 15 points a game, can't get it going. And if that continues, Shedeur isn't just a maybe one day option. He's a real option, soon. Let's build a totem pole together. Smash like, subscribe, and comment. If this video hits 2,000 likes, that means we're beating the Detroit Lions. Let's make it happen. Let me say it again. The rookie they told us was years away might actually be closer than anybody thought. And that's what makes this so fascinating. The perception was one thing. The reality is something completely different. The perception was entitlement, hype, and question marks. The reality is a young quarterback putting in the work, building chemistry with teammates, showing leadership, and, according to Mary Kay, looking ready. So what does this mean for the Browns? What does this mean for Shedeur? To me, it means the narrative has officially changed. The kid the media doubted the most is now the one insiders are saying could be the spark this offense desperately needs. And listen, I know the haters aren't going away. They'll still say practice isn't the same as Sundays. They'll say he hasn't proven it yet. And sure, they're right. He still has to show it under the lights. But here's the kicker. We might not have to wait long to find out, because if Mary Kay Cabot, of all people, is standing in front of cameras and telling the world Shedeur Sanders is ready, you better believe the Browns are at least considering it behind closed doors. So buckle up, Browns fans. The winds are shifting. The narrative is changing. And Shedeur Sanders might just be closer to taking the field than anyone dared to imagine. And when that moment comes, when number 12 trots out there, helmet strapped, lights on, ready to prove the world wrong, remember this moment. Remember who told you first. Because trust me, this is just the beginning.